guys, welcome to another episode of Side Quest Podcast, the unofficial podcast of Fitocracy. If you're not following me on Twitter, check me out at SideQuestFM. You can also head over to Facebook and like us at SideQuest Podcast. Just put up in the search bar, SideQuest Podcast. You can find the page there. You can head over to the website as well, sidequestfitness.com/podcast, and check out all the guests, or you can head over to iTunes and just search for us. And then in iTunes, if you don't mind, do me the great favor of leaving a review and hitting subscribe. That helps us move up the charts so that more people can hear the great guests that are coming on the show. I have a great guest today. Today is a big holiday for him and I. He is a returning guest, but we had so much fun that I just had to have him back on, especially for this one day, this day of days, May the 4th. What's so special about May the 4th? It's May the 4th be with you. And as giant Star Wars nerds, Tanner, Baze, and I got to talk a little Star Wars. But we've got some fitness stuff we'll talk about as well, and a special surprise for all of our listeners. Tanner, how you doing?
I am doing fantastic, my man.
I mean,
thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're anytime, sir. Anytime you can come on the show and we'll get bazed. Done. No one laugh at me. I'm not funny. I realize sometimes.
Yeah, we'll get bazed and confused, man. I'm all about that.
I'm gonna leave the jokes for another time. Yeah. So how you been?
Doing well, man. Just like we were talking about, been under the disguise of being busy. In reality, I've just been had a bout of laziness that I've had to fight off. Had a wedding to go to this past weekend in Dallas, so ate and drank a shit ton. But doing well, doing very well.
I'm recording this before the fitness summit. As people hear this, I might actually feel and sound like shit as well. Because basically the summit is the time that everyone in the fitness industry acts like they're on spring break in Cancun. And partying with MTV. That's pretty much what I've been told it's like. So, yeah.
Oh, dude, you're going to enjoy the shit out of it, I bet.
I am sure. But it is May the 4th. A fantastic day for all Star Wars fans. Don't forget that the next day is Revenge of the 5th. Just so everyone knows.
Not only Cinco de Mayo, but Revenge of the 5th.
Revenge of the 5th, yes. And Cinco de Mayo's on Taco Tuesday this year. Score!
Oh, ballin'. Oh, how perfect.
But we're not talking about tacos. Let's talk a little Star Wars. All right.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the Force.
That's right. The Force. We are forces to be reckoned with in the gym. But before that, the trailer. What did you think, sir?
Well, after I went to the bathroom and changed my pants, I was just thoroughly man, I was so excited. It was unreal. I mean, the entire trailer just, I don't know, it sucked me in right from the beginning. It looks badass, and I think just like everyone who saw that trailer, throw Han and Chewie at you at the end, and then the screen goes black. I actually am getting chills talking about that because it was so awesome. I was thoroughly blown away when I saw that trailer. It got me so excited. It's unreal.
I have to say the beginning sequence. I'm like, oh, okay, it's Tatooine, and there's the desert, and there's holy fuck, there's a Star Destroyer, and it's and I go back and watch it, and I'm still like, that's almost really well hidden. Like, holy crap. Yeah. I was excited to see the new characters. I'm assuming that we saw a little bit of Luke with his hand. Yeah. We saw some R2, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie. A grown ass man definitely cried sitting in his cubicle at work when the words Chewie. And then I just heard Chewie, and the tears like immediately. Like not even my wedding day probably got me like that. Like just the sound of Harrison Ford's voice saying Chewie. I'm done. Like I'm done.
Yeah. No, man. It was, and I get what you're saying. Like with it, I am interested to see how the new characters are introduced, and I'm really interested to see like what happens on Tatooine, and like that. You're right. Like that Star Destroyer.
It's a new planet called Jakku.
Okay, interesting. Well, the Star Destroyer on Jakku was hidden in plain sight so well.
Yeah.
And it is really exciting. We see a stormtrooper take off his helmet. Never happens. So,
well, it's very interesting. Like if you kind of watch it slowly, which of course, as a giant nerd, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. I did. Is you see like it looks like a new order of the Empire. Like, and it makes me now I know that us giant uber nerds are never going to get to see some of the great expanded universe things. But dear God, it just makes me hope that maybe they did bring Admiral Thrawn in. Can we just like, it would be so cool.
I don't think you're going to get that lucky.
No, it's not. No.
But I do get what you're saying. Like, bring in a little bit that like the true nerds have been waiting for. Like, are just like salivating over.
Right, and it doesn't matter if they're new characters or not. I guess I think one thing, two things play through my head when I think about the movie. Is one, there's that scene from Fanboys where, if you haven't seen Fanboys, it was this great movie that like the Weinsteins wouldn't let out for the longest time. And finally, the guys who made the movie finally got it out, but it came out at like $2 theaters. Like that's all they could get the movie.
Really? I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's hysterical. So the plot of the movie is there's 4 friends. One of their friends is diagnosed with cancer, and he only has a few months to live. And they're going to drive all the way to Skywalker Ranch and steal episode 1 so that they can watch it with their friend who's about to die. Along the way, they meet some Trekkies played by Seth Rogen. And then they end up getting there and they get busted. And Danny McBride is the guy that busts them. But Lucas ends up letting their friend watch the movie because he's about to die. And then the guy actually does die. And then they're all at the premiere. And at the premiere, one of their friends is like, dude, what if it sucks? And
they're talking about episode 1.
Right. Like, and everyone's dressed up and super excited. Kristen Bell is in it, and Kristen Bell is in the Leia outfit. That's all I got to say. And I keep thinking that, like, what if it sucks? Like, I don't think it will. But what if it sucks?
Well, like, my fear is that, like, because it's JJ, like, that, I don't know, like, that it's going to get turned into, like Transformers at times is awesome. I don't want, like, I want some storyline, I want some plot, like, hit me with some good, like, depth to the movie. I don't want nothing but lightsaber battles and, like, dueling and shit like that. Like, I want some depth and I want some action with it. So that is a fear of mine. Like, I don't want it to, like, more than anything in the world, I just don't want it to suck. If it's mediocre, whatever, like, just please don't make it suck.
I think there's a few things I don't want. I really don't want him to use flashbacks in any way. Like, I don't want that in any way. And I know that they've cast a young Luke, and that's fine if there's a scene, but don't make the whole thing. Like, Star Trek was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it was also kind of like,
well, the first one was awesome. It's just like after that, it was just not as good. And you're right about the flashbacks. Like, let us move forward. Let us like really jump in to see what is happening now. And
really, the only other thing I want is can we just Han and Leia have to have kids. Either one went off, or maybe they're not. Maybe they're not together. But and there's like a dynamic there where like Han was like, "Yo, you're crazy. I'm leaving and gonna go do my own thing," but still does like contract work. And like there are things I want, but things that I don't want. But you know what? I don't know. Yes, do I look online sometimes for spoilers? And I've read things that Han might die, and if that happens, I don't. Honestly, I don't know. Like, I feel like there's a part of me that's like, I would get up and be like, "Fuck this movie."
Yeah, you know what?
But I know it kind of has to happen. Like Harrison Ford wanted him to die a Jedi. Like it's got. Like,
let me tell you, whenever you put that on Facebook that you had seen that, I almost got up from my computer and said, "Fuck this man," because like I saw that and was just like, "Are you serious right now? Did I really read this?" Oh man,
there's this guy on Reddit who keeps like putting up spoilers, and they sound like he talks like I work for ILM, and he makes like some of the stuff that he makes mention of things. Like supposedly the new weird robot is all like Disney and it's not JJ. But it's all like, okay, maybe he's just a really good writer who's creating speculation. And maybe what they will do is create two different stories so that they can divert everyone. And people are like, "Oh God, this is gonna suck," or "Oh God, this is like," and then we get there, it's totally different. So who knows?
Maybe. It's a big enough movie for them to get away with something like that, you know? And it's so fanatical that there's going to be so much speculation about what's happening. You know, I mean, look at us. We're sitting here, filming a podcast about it, and we're by no means the only people.
Right. Same. Yeah. And there were people who probably broke down, the 2 minutes of trailer that we saw, and like, "Oh, here's this and here's that." Sure. I looked at it in slow motion only because I wanted to see like. And it wasn't even really in slow motion. I just paused YouTube at like certain moments because I was like, okay, I want to see this guy's face. Mostly because I want the Sith guy. Listen, the Sith guy. And we know you and I'm a Sith guy, you're a Jedi guy. The Sith guy, I really just want him to be Darth Sidious, who is Han's son, because holy fuck balls is he awesome in the expanded universe. But that's just me. Because wouldn't that be awesome if that like it really did become a family war? Because the whole thing is Anakin goes bad. He's stayed by his son. His son can't even keep his like extended family from going to the dark side.
Oh, dude, if they took that role, if they took that path, I mean, I don't see how the movie sucks because the plot would be so thick. It would be.
It expands for 2 more films that you put all these new people in it, and then sure, instead of Sadis killing Ben Skywalker, who's Luke and Mara Jade's son, he actually kills his own father. Like holy shit! Like that raises the stakes even more. So totally cool, but who knows? We'll see what all. Ryan or whoever the guy that directed one of the best Breaking Bad episodes is the director for 7 and 8 and did Looper. I still haven't seen Looper.
I saw that. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't the
only thing I'm worried about Star Wars based is Battlefront, but that's just me as a giant gamer. I'm really worried that EA is gonna make it suck. But anyways, speaking of Jedi and Sith, personally, I think the Sith code is the way to train in the gym, hands down. Because I think the Sith get a bad rap. I think they do. I think from a certain point of view, as Obi-Wan said in the movies, Vader betrayed and murdered your father. Well, from a certain point of view, we're painted that the Jedi are the doers of good and the Sith are the doers of evil. However, according to that Cracked article, which I'll link in the show notes, dude, the Jedi mind trick is terrifying. The Jedi...
Yeah.
There's some, like, don't tell me good... No.
And you know what? I'll tell you this. And once you and I really started to get into this and go back and forth, like, you made me consider the point of view of the Sith in a way that I had never really done that before. And for that, I'm grateful. I by no means would I ever say that I'm sold, but I thought of things in a different way, and I liked that. That was good. But you're right about the cracked article and the fucking Jedi mind trick just being like the most unethical thing ever.
It is like it's so interesting that like you have this dark, foreboding person who chokes a guy, and then you have this old man who's like, I can make you do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Like, wait a minute.
There are no droids here. Well, fuck, okay.
That's not cool. That's draconian, man. What's going on?
Yeah, let me direct your thoughts and then therefore control your actions.
Which is funny that like all the Jedi still try and do that. I'm like, how is this a good guy move?
Yeah.
So, but anyways, all right. So the reason that Tanner and I got together to chat about Star Wars is one, we're giant Star Wars nerds and we love it.
And May the 4th will be one of the best days of the year.
Yeah, I can't decide if I'm going to watch Empire or Jedi.
I'm going to go Empire.
Yeah, I have to make a confession. My wife hasn't really seen all of Jedi.
Then you got to show her.
Yeah, I don't blame her for that. Like personally, Jedi is my favorite, and I know a lot of people are like, "What? You're fucking crazy." No, I know why Empire is best. I know why it is the best. Hands down, it is a better film. But the entire reason I got into Star Wars were the Ewok movies. Like I didn't even know Star Wars existed. I just knew there were these fuzzy teddy bears that I liked to watch on TV as a kid.
Yeah.
And I like one, the green lightsaber's badass, and I like Luke's final come, he comes around and he finds his power, and it's the end of the hero's mythos and
journey.
Yeah. So I've always liked Jedi, though I will say I do understand why Empire is a better film.
I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with either, honestly. I really do. I like Jedi to me is great in all the ways that, or I enjoy it in all the ways that I don't Empire, I guess. Like seeing Luke kind of rise from the ashes a little bit. He's mastered. He's really come into his own. And like seeing that transformation, like that full circle turn of Vader is just great. I love that. And the Ewoks are just fantastic.
Though I thought about this today. If the Ewoks were presented today, would we be like, "What the fuck is this bullshit"?
Maybe. Maybe so. Yeah.
I mean, because I understand why they're there, because throughout like the history of mankind, there's always been like a non-civilized sort of people that sort of like win a battle or bring down some, like that's kind of why they were there. But yeah, they are a little like I feel like even today, if they were to be presented today, people would be like, "What?"
Yeah, I think if it were today, they wouldn't be little bitty baby bears. They would be gigantic fucking grizzlies that like the rebels rode around on,
Well, I think that's what he tried to do with the Gungans, but he went a little too. Yeah. Not a good choice on that, George. Not a good choice.
No.
I don't like your casting decision of Mitch McConnell from the U.S. Senate there as Boss Nass. Seriously, I'm not kidding you. I don't talk politics, but that dude I swear to God, he looks like Boss Nass. Like, if you look at episode 1 and you put him beside Mitch McConnell, it's like, holy crap, this dude, it's one and the same.
And both very turtle-like on it, actually. Well, any Daily Show listeners, they'll catch that reference.
They will. So Tanner and I have a very important announcement. We have developed for you guys, for our listeners, for my listeners and his fans and my fans and whatever, a Star Wars based program that you can spend the next 4 to 6 weeks using in the gym. It is a strength and hypertrophy based program, so you're going to get Sith strong and some Jedi growth. Or Jedi jacked. or
Yeah,
Jedi
yeah. He'll be jacked like a Jedi. That's what'll happen.
like a Jedi. Feels so weird saying the word jacked sometimes. My 13-year-old brain comes in. But anyways, so we've developed this. We're working on some great things for the fall. But we want to get this out there as a free thing that you guys can do. So we have on the blog post on my website and on his, you can just put your email address in and sign up for it, and you'll get it for free, of course, because that's what we're doing on May the 4th. We want the 4th and the Force to be with you, and we're giving this out to all of our fans out there.
And you know, like, just for people listening, so they know, like, a quick overview of, like, you know, what we mean by Sith strong and jacked like a Jedi is, like, the program that we're talking about, you know, it does kind of blend the best of both worlds.
Right.
We're not talking about something where people need to spend hours upon hours in a gym. You know, we're talking about really kind of a 4-day a week strength training program, and something where it incorporates a couple of serious strength movements per day, followed up by some really good hypertrophy work to really kind of tap into, like, that meditative mindset that comes with training like a bodybuilder, that bodybuilders and Arnold really was really well known for popularizing. Like, and that's where we kind of incorporate the Jedi mindset where, you know, when you're training for strength, you're acting like a badass, like a Sith does.
That's right. Dual lightsaber, bitch. pull up on that deadlift and squeeze it in the glutes, and it's like, I'm Darth Maul.
Paint the bar red.
Oh, dude, yeah, paint the bar. Oh, I really want a lightsaber bar now. I feel like that needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like
I don't even know if that exists, but I would love it.
I don't know if it exists, but it should.
Yeah, we should talk to Rogue, is what we should do.
That's what we should do. Yeah. But yeah, so we got together and came up with this. It's a program you can implement for the summer, 4 days a week. Again, you got 2 big strength movements. You get a forced push and a forced pull on your strength movements, and then you're getting some accessory hypertrophy work. It's something we've come up with, and we thought, you know what, why not? Let's do it on May the 4th, and we'll make it Star Wars based because he's a Jedi and I'm a Sith, and we've come together for the Galactic Republic of muscle building.
Yeah, you know, and honestly, we're trying to make the galaxy just a little bit better looking with this program.
That's right. Right. Yep. Even if you fell into a giant vat of scalding, burning liquid and had to be turned into a cyborg, we still want you to be a good-looking cyborg.
By God, that'd be rude of us not to. So somebody can still follow this program and make it work for them. They are a cyborg, so, like, pushing a ton of weight should theoretically be a little easier for them. But
also, the guy in the suit was a bodybuilder. Like, most people would know that, but like, like, he was like,
I actually didn't know that until you told me.
Yeah, like Vader was jacked. Like, I mean, it's crazy because sometimes you see him in the suit. I'm like, did he just flex? Damn.
Yeah. No, I had no clue about that until you told me. And you're right. For anybody who doesn't know, they need to look it up.
Yeah, David Prowse. Though sadly, unfortunately, Lucas has not really been very kind to him over the years.
Really?
He's not really allowed. Like, they don't let him come to Celebration. They don't invite him to things. Like, he does his own. Like, he goes to smaller Comic-Cons. It's not like Peter Mayhew where he's out and doing everything. And I think some of it is partially because he doesn't want Vader to be, like, I'm the guy in the suit. Okay, well, yeah, but you're not Darth Vader. Like, James Earl Jones is Darth Vader. Like, you're just a guy in a suit.
Yeah, that is kind of sad, but I guess I can see that point there.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you guys are interested, I have a link in the show notes here for the podcast. It's on the podcast link here in the episode. I have a blog post up as well for May the 4th be with you, and Tanner will have one as well. So just subscribe there. You can get your email, and you'll get the program sent straight to you for absolutely $0. What do they use in the Galactic Republic?
That's a good question. I actually don't know.
Because I know how to write in the alphabet. Does that make me a geek? Yeah, it probably does, but I don't care.
Maybe a little bit, but that's fine. I don't
speak Klingon. I'm just saying.
Man, I'm looking it up on Wikipedia right now, and I can't seem to find anything just yet. Oh, Drugots. That's one.
Okay.
Drugots. You could also exchange Nova crystals. When getting this program, you won't have to exchange Nova crystals, so keep that in mind. Drugots, Galactic Credit Standard. That's generally probably what people listening will be using.
Well, they don't have to use any of them because they're going to get it for free.
Exactly, right, perfect.
So we're going to keeping this one short and sweet. I know we geeked out a lot on Star Wars, but it's coming so close. It's like 7 months. It's like 7 months away. Like, it's crazy because this weekend, I'm sure when you guys hear this, Ultron opened and no Star Wars. Like, I'm prediction right here. I guarantee you that within 4 days, Star Wars made $1 billion in 4 days.
I'm not going to say you're wrong on that because I hope that you're right, and I think you will be. I think it's such a gigantic opening that there's no way that doesn't happen.
The first showing, whatever time it is, I'm going, and then I'm going to go to the next showing, and then I will sleep for 3 hours and then go to the next showing. That's just it's what's going to happen. It's the wars, man. It's the wars. All right. Well, we're gonna wrap this one up. Tanner, you got anything exciting going on for the summer, or anything else you want to promote or get out there, or are we just letting everyone know about our fancy schmancy program here?
Primarily just letting everyone know about this program, man. I have been doing a decent amount of writing for places like Elite Daily or Thought Catalog, what kind of like shit rag websites of the millennial generation. So my name is right up there next to like the 6 sex moves you wish he would stop doing or things like that. So that might be like the most interesting thing. That's such one of those headlines.
Yep.
So
I'm just gonna let that one. I'm gonna let that one go. I'm just gonna let that one go.
Yeah, that's who I associate with these days.
Cool. Well, guys, again, please, if you would like to check it out, you can get it on both of our websites or click the links in the show notes as well. And if you're looking for a coach for the summer, you can reach out to me or Tanner. Both of us available, helping you get Sith strong and Jedi jacked.
That's for sure.
That's right. So I just want to say to everyone that is listening, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you.